Stretch out your leg, King, till I put a salve of herbs and healing to it. Salve and binding herb and the poultice are cooling, the worm is chattering, pressure and haste hard bind me, for I must hear mass in the great church at Rome, and be in Norway before I sleep. King MacAloy said, may it be no foot to Cain or a foot to anyone after one, or I be Cain son of Aloy, if I stretch out my foot for you to put a salve of herbs and healing on it, till you tell me if you went farther in search of your mother and sister, or if you returned home, or what befell you. Ah, said the big man, the mischief is upon you, that tale is long to tell, but I will tell you another tale. I set off, and reached the big town of the Red Shield, and it was surrounded by a canal, as the old woman told me, and there was a drawbridge on the canal. It was night when I arrived, and the bridge was raised, and the monsters were asleep, a measure 2 feet before me and a foot behind me of the ground on which I was standing, and I sprang on the end of my spear and on my tiptoes, and reached the place where the monsters were asleep, and I drew the short spear, and I warrant you that I dealt them such a blow below the neck as did not require to be repeated. I took up the heads and hung them on one of the posts of the bridge. I then went on to the wall that surrounded the king's palace. This wall was so high that it was not easy for me to spring over it, and I set to work with the short spear, and dug a hole through it, and got in. I went to the door of the palace and knocked, and the doorkeeper called out, who is there? It is I, said I. My mother and sister recognized my speech, and my mother called, oh, it is my son, let him in. I then got in, and they rose to meet me with great joy. I was supplied with food, drink, and a good bed, and the morning breakfast was set before us, and after it I said to my mother and sister that they had better make ready, and go with me. The King of the Red Shield said, it shall not be so. I am resolved to marry your mother, and my son is resolved to marry your sister. If you wish to marry my mother, and if your son wishes to marry my sister, let both of you accompany me to my home, and you shall get them there. The King of the Red Shield said, so be it. We then set off, and came to where my ship was, went on board of it, and sailed home. When we were passing a place where a great battle was going on, I asked the King of the Red Shield what battle it was, and the cause of it. Don't you know at all? Said the King of the Red Shield. I do not, said I. The King of the Red Shield said, that is the battle for the daughter of the King of the Great Universe, the most beautiful woman in the world, and whoever wins her by his heroism shall get her in marriage. Do you see yonder castle? I do, said I. She is on the top of that castle, and sees from it the hero that wins her, said the King of the Red Shield. I requested to be put on shore, that I might win her by my swiftness and strength. They put me on shore, and I got a sight of her on the top of the castle, having measured 2 feet behind me and a foot before me. I sprang on the end of my spear and on my tiptoes, and reached the top of the castle, and I caught the daughter of the King of the Universe in my arms and flung her over the castle. I was with her and intercepted her before she reached the ground, and I took her away on my shoulder, and set off to the shore as fast as I could, and delivered her to the King of the Red Shield to be put on board the ship. Am I not the best warrior that ever saw you? Said I. You can jump well, said she, but I have not seen any of your prowess. I turned back to meet the warriors, and attacked them with the short spear, and did not leave a head on the neck of any of them. I then returned, and called to the King of the Red Shield to come into the shore for me. Pretending not to hear me, he set the sails in order to return home with the daughter of the King of the Great Universe, and marry her, a measure 2 feet behind me and a foot before me, and sprang on the end of my spear and on my tiptoes and got on board the ship. I then said to the King of the Red Shield, what were you going to do? Why did you not wait for me? Oh, said the king, I was only making the ship ready and setting the sails to her before going on shore for you. Do you know what I am thinking of? I do not,